on coins, so she has to.
Hey, we're here now. So, welcome to PSP TV. Thank you very much. Today I got Paula Brown. Really exciting story. So, Wednesday we had the Moreton Bay Expo. Yeah,
Absolutely, we did it.
we did. Hey, against the odds, scares, COVID scares coming, everything else. You've been running these events through the pandemic as soon as we knew that we could. How many of the COVID events have you run?
We've done eight COVID events now, so we're experts at them.
You are. And the Brisbane event that's coming up, what's the date of the Brisbane event again?
Thursday, 21st of October at Upper Mount Cravat.
The 21st of October, Upper Mount Cravat. And how many stalls have you got attending there?
We have 260 stands.
260 stands. How many of those have you sold?
All of them.
260. So that means you can't get a stand. So if you wanted to get a stand, you can't get one. Bad luck. Until I bought an extra stand. So remember, we ran the competition, Stand With Us, for the Moreton Bay show. Paula, you got to talk to me in this because nobody else can.
Absolutely. Yeah. Look, Kevin's the only. He's the only one with a spare stand. So, be Kevin's friend for the Brisbane Expo.
So we've got a plan for that. But let me tell you a story, right? So Brian Wilkins, right, of Superior Home Services. So what Brian does is he helps people who are aging and he provides carers for them in their home. And he does that through NDIS and other stuff. He came along to the thing. It's not about meeting a million people. It's about finding the right people in the story. I'll tell you about Brian and what happened. Brian had his stand. He was there nice and early. He was set up. He was set up even before I got there. I got there. We had a bit of a chat and everything else. He said, no, thanks very much. Really, Brian is a wonderful human being. Absolutely. And he'd need to be doing what he does. Anyway, he bumped into a property developer. The property developer develops aged care centres and is building 3 400-bed aged care centres. That opportunity for Brian is massive. And so it isn't about how many people you meet, but it is about meeting the right number of people and thinking about what your return on investment is going to be. So I actually ran 2 different competitions at these expos. There's absolutely everything. You get a complete range of stuff. Paula, how far and exhaustive is this range?
Look, it was funny. I thought I'd seen everything at my expos over 7 years, but I actually we had dinosaurs at the Moreton Expo, and the funny thing was, they asked me, "Do you think there's a market?" And I go, "You never know who you'll meet." And the first people they spoke to was a caravan park. And there's actually funding for these very large, iconic animal sculptures for caravan parks. So they did a massive deal in the first 30 minutes. So like I've always said, you never know who goes to an expo.
You just never know who's going to show up. Look, the things that could be there are as diverse as you can go and find people who are doing business consulting and business support. Hey, for that, we're going to give one of these people things and dog beds. I mean, we know that they're that diverse because that's what we had there. So and there's everything in between those 2 things. So the first person to win a seat at our next business breakthrough program, where we face the uncomfortable truths. We break through all those half truths that people tell, and we actually help people do that. So the winner of the Uncomfortable Truth program, now it's worth just under $5,000. It's $4,997. And bloody Brian Wilkins is going to win it again. So he wins our stand at the expo, gets to be there, and now he's won this. And you saw there was 30-odd names on the wheel. So congratulations. Brian is one very lucky guy. And I'll have to get back to him about that one. And also, we did a raffle for the dog beds, and we had a different set of people who wanted to do that, of course. Let me go and play some games. Paula, if you can do your song and dance and entertain the crowd while I'm just changing over my wheels. There you go.
So we had about 600 at the Moreton Expo. So 600 is still a massive event for local businesses, and we expect about 800 at the Brisbane Expo. So there is no other local business event of that size in Brisbane. So really take up that opportunity. Obviously, we just have to wear masks inside, and we'll take care of all the other COVID restrictions. But bring your business cards down to see if and how you can do business with everyone, and have really good, clear sales conversations. And most importantly, bring a great attitude. So the reason why Moreton was so great was because everyone had a great attitude, despite of all our business owners facing COVID. There was not one person there with a negative attitude. So that's what makes business, and we'd love you to join us.
Absolutely. And it wasn't about, hey, are you a vax, are you anti-vaxxers? There's a mix of everyone, and that's okay. It's still okay to get on. So let's see who wins the Chew-Proof Dog Bed. Let me show you Chew-Proof Dog Bed. So basically, our Chew-Proof dog beds, they've got an aluminium frame, so your dog can't chew that, and a very tough vinyl matting. So we guarantee the mat for a year and the frame for 5. Basically, the person who is going to win the dog bed. Now, I know Brian can't win this because he didn't enter that draw.
Oh, Bob, he's got 2 dogs. He's got 2.
Bob has 2 Samoyeds. I can even tell you about Bob. He has 2. He was pouring all over my dog bed, literally pouring the bed, going, "Hey, could they scratch through?" He said, "No way, mate. I'll bet my bed against your dog any day." So really fantastic opportunity there. Bob runs a law practice as well that is both up in Brisbane and down the Gold Coast. I think they've got about 3 or 4 offices. So really fantastic to meet Bob there at the show at the time. And I just got bumped by that bed as it fell over on me. Paula, really excited. The only stand that you can now get for the next show is by winning Brisbane Small Business Stand. You'll get placed, Paula promises me, right next to Brisbane Small Business in the setup, so that if you need to go off and have a look around the show and look for other people, we'll help you out. If we need to do the same, we'll get you to do the same and help us as well, because we basically want to help small businesses do more business, and these expos are a great way to do that. It's about meeting the right people and about getting out there. We're not just about being online. We want people to interact and to mingle, because that's where you're going to build really awesome relationships. They can sometimes start online, but they do need to go into the real world. So, Paula, I know that you're an expert at doing these expos. You've been doing them 8 years we're coming on to now.
Yep. Absolutely.
Congratulations for your passion and your persistence, because I know what it's like to start these things from scratch. I know how much time, effort, energy, and funding goes into these expos. I know the energy required. And as I said yesterday, I imagine you probably slept for 3/4 of it just trying to recover from Wednesday. Congratulations on doing excellent expos, and I'm really looking forward to the 21st. We've got some speakers coming along even on the 21st. We do it all the expos, but there's one really great guy.
Yes, I think his name's Kevin.
He's going to talk about finding your business mojo and facing those uncomfortable truths and how you can break through that glass ceiling. So that's what he's going to talk about. There's a host of others. You have about 8 speakers.
Yep, 8 speakers, and we also have our Tina X talks as well for women in business. So it's always been a keystone of our expos to also focus on women in business as well. Sometimes they feel a little bit more invisible, and they need to have the confidence to step up and come to an expo, despite the fact that they have higher social anxiety in business arenas. So we encourage all women in business to attend as well.
Fantastic. Look, thanks very much. And I really appreciate you putting on the expos and inviting us along to help you with them. Thanks, Paula.
We'll see you then.
I'll catch you later.
Okay.
Bye.